Hello, my dear students of Standard 11. Here I am to take your Chemistry 1 class. In this class, we will explain about quantum number. Today, our topic is quantum number. You know, in an atom, the electrons are arranged in different energy levels. These electrons not only rotate around the nucleus but also rotate around their own axis. Now, quantum number may be defined as a set of four numbers with the help of which we can get complete information about all the electrons in an atom. Complete information means location of electron, energy of electron, the type of orbital occupied by the electron, space and orientation of the orbital, etc. It tells the principal energy level or shell to which the electron belongs. That means after finding out the four numbers, that means all the quantum numbers, you can tell everything about an electron. The energy of the electron and also the position, location, type of orbital occupied, orientation and also spin of the electron. Now, the quantum number can be defined like the set of four numbers used to describe the position and energy of the electron in an atom are called quantum numbers. These four numbers are required to express the size, shape, and orientation of the orbitals of electrons and the direction of spin of electron in an atom. There are total four correlated numbers. The first number indicates the size of the orbital, second number indicates shape of the orbital, and the third number indicates orientation of the orbitals. And the last quantum number, that is the fourth quantum number, it indicates the spin of the electron. And these four numbers are correlated. Now, types of quantum number. Already I have told that there are four quantum numbers and these four quantum numbers have separate name. They are named as 1 number quantum number, first quantum number that is called principal quantum number that is denoted by n. Then second quantum number that is called azimuthal or subsidiary quantum number that is denoted by L. Third quantum number that is called magnetic quantum number that is denoted by M, and the fourth quantum number spin quantum number that is denoted by S. Now in this class we will learn about first two quantum number, that is principal quantum number and secondary or subsidiary quantum number. What is principal quantum number? The principal quantum number is the quantum number denoted by n and which indirectly describes the size of the electron orbital. It describes the size of the electron orbital but not directly. It indirectly describes. It is always assigned an integer value. For example, n equal 1, 2, 3, etc. But its value may never be 0. For example, an orbital for which n equal 2 is larger than an orbital for which n equal 1. Suppose for 2s orbital is larger than s orbital, or we can tell 4d orbital is larger than 3d orbital. In this way, it can describe the size of the orbital, but it can describe it indirectly. The principal quantum number represents the principal energy level or shell in which an electron revolves around the nucleus. The principal shell is determined by principal quantum number. The energies of the various principal shells will follow the sequences as you know that the energy of K shell is the least, and then L shell, M shell, N shell. That means the first energy shell has the least energy, and then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. The maximum number of electrons which can rotate in each particular orbit is calculated by 2n square formula. Here, so from there we can tell the value of principal quantum number determines the energy of an electron and average distance of an electron from the nucleus. That means principal quantum number indicates the energy and average distance of orbital from the nucleus. Here look the table. Here this is K shell. That means for K shell principal quantum number is 1. It is the first shell. And the total number of electron that is calculated by 2n square formula is 2. In this way, L shell principal quantum number 2, maximum electron holding capacity 8. M shell the principal quantum number is 3 and the maximum electron holding capacity is 18. N shell, that means KLMN, this is the fourth shell, principal quantum number is 4 and the maximum electron holding capacity is 32. O shell, it is fifth shell, so principal quantum number is 5 and maximum electron holding capacity is 50. P shell, it is sixth shell and principal quantum number 6, maximum electron holding capacity 72. Q shell, the principal quantum number 7 and maximum electron holding capacity is 98. Now, azimuthal or subsidiary quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number determines the subshell to which an electron belongs. That means from principal quantum number we can know the principal shell or orbit of an electron, and from azimuthal or subsidiary quantum number we can know the subshell or orbital of an electron. The quantum number that is used to indicate subshell is known as subsidiary quantum number. It is denoted by L. For a given value of n, it can have any integral value ranging from 0 to n minus 1. That means the value of L depends on n, and the value of L will be maybe more than 1. Its value is ranged from 0 to n minus 1. The value of L determines the shape of the subshell or orbitals. When L equals 0, 1, 2, 3, then the subshells are known as S, B, D and F orbitals respectively. That means when the value L comes 0, then it represents S orbital. When the value of L is 1, it represents P orbital. When the value of L is 2 and 3, it represents D and F orbital respectively. In a particular orbit or shell, the various orbitals possess energy in the following order. Like orbit, orbital has also order of energy. Here, S orbital has the lowest energy, then P orbital, then D orbital, then F orbital. It is for a fixed orbit. For example, for fourth orbit, the 4s orbital has the least energy, then 4p, then 4d and 4f has the highest energy of fourth orbit. The maximum capacity of an orbital to hold electrons is calculated by 2 into 12 plus 1. The maximum capacity of an orbital to hold electron is calculated by the formula 2 into 12 plus 1, where L equals 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So by this formula, you can calculate the maximum electron holding capacity of different orbital. For example, for s orbital, what is the maximum electron holding capacity of s orbital? Any s orbital, the value of L is 0. So for s orbital, it comes 2 into 0 plus 1, that is 2 into 1, that is 2. So s orbital can hold maximum 2 electrons. In this way, we can calculate the maximum electron holding capacity of p, d and f orbital also. Here, the maximum electrons present in different orbitals are s2, that means s orbital can hold 2 electrons, p orbital can hold 6 electrons, d10 and f14, and these all values can be calculated by using this formula. Now look, for the first shell, for the K shell, what is the value of n? This is the first shell, so principal quantum number n equal 1. So you can have only one value, that means L equal only 0, because we know that the value of L depends on n, and the value of L is ranged from 0 to n minus 1. So when n equal 1, then we can get the value of L is only one value, that is 0. And for L equal 0, the type of orbital is s type of orbital, and this is the first shell. So in first shell, there is only one orbital, namely 1s. In the same way, we can calculate the type of orbital in different shell. For the second shell, when n equal 2, then what is the value of L? When n equal 2, then the value of L equal 0 to n minus 1. That means 0 to 1. That means L has two values, 0 and 1. For L equal 0, the type of orbital is s, and for L equal 1, the type of orbital is p. So in second shell, there are two types of orbital, that are 2s and 2p. Now for the third shell, M shell, when n equal 3, then how many values of L are there? L equal 0 to n minus 1, that means 0 to 2. That means L has three values, 0, 1 and 2. So for these three values, there are three types of orbital. For 0, there is s type of orbital. For 1, there is p type of orbital, and for 2, there is d type of orbital. And all these orbitals are present in third shell. So third shell has three types of orbitals, namely 3s, 3p and 3d. In the same way, fourth shell, n shell, when the value of n equal 4, then L has three values, 0, 1, 2, 3, because L has the value 0 to 3. That means 0, 1, 2 and 3. And there are four values of L, and for these four values, the types of orbitals are s, p, d and f. So in fourth shell, there are four types of orbitals, namely 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. These are azimuthal or subsidiary quantum number. Dear students, from these two quantum numbers, we can only know about the principal energy level of an electron and the type of orbitals occupied by the electron, but we cannot determine the exact position of the electron. So in next class, we will learn about the third and fourth type of quantum number, but from these two quantum numbers, I will solve you some problems for your better understand. Look, here an electron is present on 4p orbital. Give the possible values of n and L for this electron. Look here, the orbital is 4p. And from this 4p orbital, you can find out the value of n and l for this electron. The value of n is very easy, 4p, that means it is fourth shell. So the value of n is 4. And what is the value of l? What type of orbital is this? This is p type of orbital. And for p type of orbital, the value of l equal 1, because we have learned that the value of the type of orbital depends on the azimuthal or subsidiary quantum number. For s type of orbital, l equal 0. For p type of orbital, l equal 1. For d type of orbital, l equal 2. And for f type of orbital, l equal 3. So for p orbital, here principal quantum number n equal 4 and azimuthal quantum number l equal 1. Here will be l. Now another problem. Problem 2. Calculate the value of n and l for the last electron of chromium. There is not given the orbital. Here there is given the last electron of chromium. So you have to find out where the last electron of chromium goes. Look, the electronic configuration of chromium is this. It is an exceptional electronic configuration, 3d5 4s1. Can you tell which one is the last electron of chromium? Is it 4s1? No, because the last electron does not go to 4s orbital. The energy of 4s is less than 3d. So after going to 4s orbital, electron goes to 3d orbital. So the last electron of chromium goes to 3d orbital, and it is 3d5. So the last electron of chromium is 3d5 that goes to 3d orbital. So you have to find out the value of n and l for 3d orbital. So for the 3d orbital, principal quantum number n equal 3, because it is the third shell. And what is the value of secondary quantum number? For d orbital, it will be 2. So the azimuthal quantum number l equal 2. Now another problem. Here the value of n and l is given. The value of n and l is 4 and 3 for an electron. You have to find out the orbital where the electron is rotating. So when the value of n is 4, that means obviously the electron is rotating on fourth shell, and the value of l is 3. So value of l is 3. On which orbital, which type of orbital the electron resides? For 3, it will be F type of orbital. So the electron is rotating on 4f orbital. Principal quantum number n equal 4 and azimuthal quantum number l equal 3. So the type of orbital is 4f. So here on 4f orbital, the electron is rotating. So dear students, I told you that without knowing about all the quantum numbers, you cannot determine the exact position of an electron. But just from these two quantum numbers, we can determine the principal shell energy level and the type of orbital where an electron resides. So next class I will come with some more quantum number, that means the rest two quantum numbers. So see you in next class. Bye everyone.